A very good morning to you. My name is Nnamdi Obaya, and you're on Afia channel 254, DSTV 17, Go TV, and of course 748 on Free TV. And this is our business morning special, talking all about the impact of Enugu Air on Enugu and the southeast, the business areas to be exact. Of course, the PR is done. I wouldn't say propaganda, but the activities and celebrations are over. Now it's time for the real deal, the real business of it. How does it affect us? How does it affect businesses? How does it affect people who want to, engage with the region? Of course, to discuss all that, I have with me here in the studio Oji Wachuku Oji, who is making his, debut on the business morning. Not as a host, not as a guest.
As a host, right?
As a co-host.
Well, this transition is going to be awesome, right? Talk business. Good morning. How are you?
Well, tired after spending the whole day on the tarmac.
How was it? How did you feel? Like after everything?
It was two sides of a coin. There's the first half, which was the professionalism. The airplanes were there. The governor came. The minister came. Then you had the people who had to sing everything. Peter Mbah is here. Before he could start his speech, they had to sing in their rappers and their, you have the PDP women, then Nkanu women, then everybody and their uncle. It was.
Well, that's politics for you.
I think you can. Oh, there was a funny part towards the end. After the governor has inspected the plane, people wanted to rush and see the plane, and about 200 people at the same time rushed up, clogged the gangway, clogged everywhere, wanted to take pictures inside the aeroplane. We had to. The pilot started screaming, "My plane has been invaded." We had to.
Well,
we had to tell them to calm down.
As I saw online, right, the PRs and from the special media representatives for the governor stating, they're just being comical about it. Like, the Enugu people have come to take over what is theirs. So when we are trooping, the picture of when you are coming down from the airplane, all of them, we're like, Enugu people eventually came to take over their airline, and this is theirs and all that, right? Yeah.
It was. Let's just say it was hilarious for me. Like nobody could move on the gang. Everybody was just there. I was like, "You should come down. You are."
Where's theirs? What do you expect? They are excited, elated, and eventually, after everything, this came to realization. So I think it's the joy they feel at that point in time. Definitely know that Enugu State have their own airplane, and definitely, I'm just looking forward to see these exceed people's expectations right here.
All right. Also joining us, of course, to discuss the main industry that is always affected when you have an airline in place. Tourism, hospitality. We have someone who is very, very, knowledgeable, experienced.
It's a tourism connoisseur. Yes.
The one and only Chief Philip Maduekwe. Good morning. Good to have you here. Always good to have you here. Before we get into it, we're asking everybody how they really feel about the airline, because I know it's exciting, but somebody gave me, at the beginning we had the point of view of people saying, does Enugu need an airline? Enugu should go and fix roads. So let me ask you your own opinion. What do you really think about Enugu having an airline?
Thank you very much, Nnamdi and Oji. I don't even know how to put it, it was an anticlimax for me to be alive to see this to happen. Enugu more than needs an airline. If I were to compare Enugu and Uyo with an Ibom airline that is doing very well, it's so obvious that Enugu overneeds an airline. If I can just mention certain things, this will do. At least on the 20th of December last year, I was supposed to board an airline. I don't want to mention his name. So it was $350 by the time I asked for a ticket, one way to Enugu. By the morning when I called, it was $500K. And I was like, what's all this? It's kind of crazy. okay, I just made up my mind. I said, you sweep up and let me just get to Enugu because I need to be in Enugu for something important. For people that were born in Enugu and live in Enugu or lived in Enugu, Enugu is special. Kind of having butterflies in the stomach when you're entering the town, either up or down. You understand what I mean? Coming by road or by air. So, but I had some engagements. And when I called, they said the tickets are gone for 500,000. So I just made up my mind. I said, I just have to be in Enugu. So I went to the Lekki side to check out the cars going to get a Sienna. Fortunately, I met a reverend sister. I said, nah, in Enugu. I said, yes. She wants to go to, but she can't pay for. Then 2 other guys came along, so 4 of us, we chatted. And I mean, we paid 60K. So I'm like, I'm saving 400, okay, let me say 400K. 100,000 is good for the transport and, You can imagine what that did to my pocket and people around me when I got to Enugu. So I had 400,000 to spend for Christmas that would have gone. So we see this thing every year towards Christmas. Some airlines are just hiking up their prices. These people must come. Everybody must come back. So you are giving cutthroat prices for the tickets. But I think with what we have seen, Enugu Air has come to be. I heard when you mentioned the funny incident, people struggling to enter. For a lot of them, it's like a pipe dream. They want to make sure, they want to snap inside the aircraft. They want to stand by the side. A lot of stories came. The first time they brought back the plane, I happen to know the 2 pilots that came were out that night. And people were like, they just went and did the AI and caught something. And I said, I saw. I was with the people that brought the plane. So I've been very enthusiastic towards seeing this day. And I thank God I am alive to see this day. And I thank Peter Mbah for making this pipe dream become reality in our time.
Chief Kobino, let me come straight to you because you heard everything. You've heard what the Honorable Minister said. You've heard what the Governor said. So now, tourism, hospitality are usually the biggest, beneficiaries of this.
Off-takers.
So, how do you think what do you think the immediate impact would be?
Yeah, it's just to confirm the obvious. Governor Peter Mbah, in his quest, being mad audaciously, I use that always, turned Enugu into a massive construction site under 1.5 years. Has positioned Enugu to be the cultural, tourism, and conference destination, the highest in Nigeria. So it's like you started a race, like Usain Bolt. Suddenly, midway, you see others are dropping back and somebody's moving forward. That is what Peter Mbah has done. He's calm, quiet, and he has done it in our time. Doesn't talk much, but see what he has done. Okay, let me mention just but a few. You see the way conferences are coming to Enugu. In fact, a friend of ours that runs the Bush House on Oza Street, Edmond Chukura, said that now he has understood what this Peter Mbah man is doing. Because they were complaining about the tax and all that. Yeah, but on that, I have to beg Peter Mbah again. Let them review the taxes so that we can breathe, give us some relief. Yeah, Enugu is not used to paying tax. This is new. But he came in, plugged the holes of leakages, and if you can just come down a bit on people. Because most times people attack me. Because, you know, they say if you see something, you say something. Yes, I'm being attacked. And Enugu Air has vindicated people like us again, you know. Nobody knew it was happening. Like I said, they said it was AI-driven. There's nothing like that.
Even as of yesterday, some people were still
They
saying
were
the
still
AI.
skeptical, you know. I mean, like, is it true? Somebody called and said, are you there? You know, a lot of things, you know. But if you notice, the conferences are coming, the business is spreading, gets to the Uber drivers, the taxi drivers, the restaurants, the joints, the hotels. I mean, joy is spreading. Not only has joy come, it's spreading.
Okay,
So,
I want to ask this question. Do you think the hospitality sector in Enugu State were ready for the influx of individuals, potential investors, people coming around Enugu State, which is being propelled or is going to be propelled by this new innovation? And do you think the hospitality...
Sorry, before we take this question, let's just take a very, very quick break.
Okay.
We have a second guest joining us. So I'd like us to be complete.
Have a balanced conversation.
And have a very, very balanced conversation. We'll be right back in one promo time. Don't go anywhere.